watch me elevate. I was born to win, I watch me elevate.
Alright, what is up, world? Today is clutch day. And we are doing it by ourselves. Couple bolts, flywheel clutch, throw-out bearings. How hard can that be? So, here we go. Mr. Carlos hooking up the engine leveler. And we got some PB blaster right here. Soaked all the bolts. I guess like the biggest problem with this is the flywheel bolts kind of mess up. So we're gonna try to take those bad boys off as perfect as possible because I don't have any more. Alright. This shit's a bitch. Getting out that monolock is a pain in the butt. So now there's a last bolt, and seems like we gotta take out the turbo and the transfer case. So that's where we're at. So I'm officially stuck. So we attempted to take out the transmission, and we're stuck, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I've never did this before. That shaft is not coming out. I don't know if it comes out. Transfer case we loosened, but it's hitting over here. All the bolts came off perfect, but we gotta get the transfer case to get the turbo because the turbo's in the transfer case. Transfer case stuck, and we can't get the transfer case back in. Piece of shit. So that's where we are right now. All right, so this is it. We had to call the homie Angel in, and it turned out once you get this oil return line, everything falls out. We got the oil return, and then we have to take the studs out of the compressor housing to get the manifold. That allowed us to slide out the transfer case and then get the last bolt hidden on this. And we got the engine. I can only imagine the people actually have to do this in the car. Maybe the way the engine sits in the car allows you to get access better. I have no idea. We have full 360 and we couldn't get to it, but we have succeeded. Clutch off. So let's look at this. I don't know what a good clutch is supposed to look like, but you would think it would look like a brake pad, and this doesn't have anything. So I don't know. Comment. Is this a good clutch, or was it a good time to change it? Here we are. A little bit of cleaning. Put the flywheel on. Put the clutch, and then the throw-out bearing. Be proud of me. I'm doing this myself. First time ever doing this. We are in Mitsubishi University right now, so this is the hard way. I'm gonna show you what we got. Got some goodies. See, this is the flywheel, and this one is the street light. So they said that's the one to go to. It's nice. What is this one? Let's see. I think it's like the HD. The HD street. So I guess that's what a good clutch is supposed to look like. I got that with the monolock should be on somewhere. Okay, hopefully the monolock's in there somewhere. Maybe it's on the... Okay, bam. So I got that with the monolock, the clutch, release bearing, and the flywheel. Those are the goodies. Alright, update. Flywheel's on, all torqued down. I started with 30 pounds of torque and then ended with 96 pounds. Did the Mitsubishi start pattern, so all done. Next, I'm going to put the clutch on. Oil everything up, lube what I gotta lube, clean what I gotta clean, and torque down or put the clutch and then torque down the actual housing, and then it's throw-out bearing time. Alright, clutch is on. Let me tell you, I'm pretty proud of myself right now. So I put the flywheel on, torqued it down. If I could go off the top of my head, I think it's 96 pounds of torque, and then I put the actual clutch pad and then the housing, and then torqued that down to, I think it's 16 pounds, really small. Everything worked out perfect. The hard part, there was a gap, but after talking to Mr. Angel, he advised me just to start patterning it in and it'll pull itself, and which it did. So looking good. First clutch I've ever done in my life. I've always been the tool passer. Not today, but yeah, it's nice and smooth. Everything's nice. Marked all my pilot holes. So next is throw-out bearing. So what are we doing? See if I can remember off the top of my head. Gotta take out this 10mm bolt, head out this plug, take out these two washers, take out the two gaskets, slide out the pin, pull out the fork, pull out the throwout bearing, lube this up, put the new throwout bearing, everything in reverse. That's my goal. There we go. Wish me luck. We learned from the last one. From the green one, what did we learn? PB blaster, and it's all about this tool. So it's coming out pretty easy, so let me show you. Here, hold this. Just focus on that one. Hopefully this is not the bolt to mess up on us. Looks like that. This is what you call together, and this was a pain in the butt. This is as hard as throwing a wedding. Let me tell you, it was dedication. So anyway, got it back together. The culprit was the shaft. We ended up hitting the shaft wrong and mushrooming it, and it got jammed. So we took the shaft out and everything went back together. Replaced the clutch, flywheel, and yeah, checked everything. I checked the gaskets. Gaskets look good. Cleaned everything up and put it back together. Once it's together, I'm gonna pressure wash the outside of the motor, but just wanted to show you it is together. First time ever doing a clutch. Very good learning experience, but yeah, pulled it off. Like this stuff like this, you gotta be dedicated. You gotta have a lot of room to leave stuff for days at a time. So if you're in a tight spot where you have to clean up every time, this is not your spot to do something like this. Way easier to take it out the car than to do it in the car. But soon we will, on the green one, I might do it in the car, I might drop the whole motor, we'll see. We'll see how hard it is to take out the transfer case and we'll work from there. But yeah, next is drop the cradle, and then we're gonna dress it up with all that stuff, power steering, back and pinion, which is the power steering, but yeah, and then put the cradle onto here, and then put it back. So, good thing is everything's together. I am not stuck anymore, and figured it out. Yeah, put my new little titanium bolts on there, looking good. So next is manifold downpipe, put the turbo back and get it all ready and dressed up to drop back in. We are making progression. Manifolds on, got the new studs, I don't know who makes it, JC, JIC, one of those people, but yeah, got that. Got the turbo on. Turbo is a pain in the butt. Now, before we put any bolts, let me show you what we have to do. So I am cleaning up all the threads on all of it. So really easy access for the bolts. So the bolts will go on like butter. This is the kind of stuff you gotta do prep. This is the prep work you gotta do before you put this stuff back together. Nobody tells you about. But yeah, and doing that, I broke Carlos's tool and Vicky's tool, which I haven't told him yet, but good old Amazon has them all though. So next step, yeah, threading it all, downpipe. What else is on? Waiting for the bracket for the AC compressor. Got the alternator on. Everything's nice and tight. The shaft's coming from Mitsubishi. And yeah, then it's ready to put back in. Downpipe is on. I don't know why they would put the freaking AMS logo over here. It's all the way back here where you can't see it. But whatever. This is what I really wanted to show you. As it happens when you clean up your threads. So, okay, it goes in like. You don't have to worry about greasing it or none of that stuff. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's blurry the whole time. Yeah, so. Put it on the rack and drop it in. Here we go. We're gonna try to do this by ourselves. If we get stuck, we're gonna call Mr. Angel. Like I said, I wanted to jump into this head first. University or Mitsubishi University, so wanted to learn the hard way. This is Victory. Check her out. So got manifold, got everything on downpipe, everything's torqued. Look at the bolts. I put everything back. All right, you guys see that? Bless you, Carlos. A moment has arrived. Engine is fully put together, and we are about to attempt to put this bad boy in there. See how it goes. See how, if it's easy, well, nothing's easy on this freaking car, but we figured it out. So, wish me luck. Here we go. Almost the end. So, just want to show you guys the progress. Super proud of myself. So now I'm just dropping it back, just trying to get it lined up on the motor mount. Check this out. This is the exact motor mount from the accident, so it was all the way over here. I had to cut out the motor mount and re-weld it. It's a little custom for you guys. I suck at welding, but that bad boy's gonna hold because I weld that from the top and the bottom. So, time to drop it. Hook up the cradle, hook up the motor mounts. And hopefully this thing, everything lines up perfect. And then it's just hooking up wire harness. Victory car, well not victory yet, but we got the motor in.
This one has one.
Oh yeah? I guess that means don't charge it. So all in, victory. It was a pain in the ass. I had to actually do some custom work. I think I already told you about it, but everything's in. I was waiting for my bracket tomorrow. Coming in. And I'll have everything and start hooking up all the wire. Get a battery in this bad boy and do oil change, do a fluid change, and do the do. Alright, we are going up with the lift. Ready?
Boom, boom, boom.
Nothing's hanging. I'm fucking around, guys. I'm still working. Alright, let's put the bolts on. Let me get some air. This electric shit ain't cutting it. So we are back. And so here we are. Motor's back. So we're just trying to fine tune everything. Hook up all the wire harness. And hopefully we get this bad boy started. So motivation for right now is hook up the power steering lines. And then work my way forward. Once I figure out where all that goes and finish mounting all the AC, I get the harness hooked up, start thinking about putting the condenser in the radiator, but not until full harness is hooked up. This is nice, so I highly doubt that's factory. So there's a little bit of figure out. I think this goes to the radiator fan assembly, and I could get a little creative because I do have wire harnesses here that I could splice on both sides. There's no problem. So yeah, like I said, I want to get everything wired up, and then before I put the radiator and condenser. So that's the motivation. Alright, so this is the progress. It looks harder than it is, but once you start in one little section, the wire harness kind of tells a story itself and almost like plugs goes where it needs to be, as long as you follow all the little clips and all the little connection points. So it's looking good. The only sucky thing, because remember this car was in an accident. I apologize for the plane if you can hear it, but yeah, we got connectors that are broken. I don't know what went on over here. I don't know if the car had a short in the past and they tried to fix it, because it's definitely spliced. It doesn't look like anything's like spliced into it, like they tapped into power, but it looks like, I don't know, maybe there was a short and they had to repair the harness. This car has like 30,000 miles, so I would only imagine what happened to it. And then hopefully I can get an alternator harness or pigtail. So 2 pigtails and what goes over here, and we're ready to fire. So we are getting there.